Mandela. You know,
I talked about him on TV
Sandiba.
already.
Tell us on Galaxy TV. Tell us now, LCP TV.
Hi, I'm Sandra from Gogglebox. I've just come down on behalf from Gogglebox, Channel 4, which I'm appearing on, and Brixton, and to also say that Channel 4 let me down a version on speaking on behalf of Mandela. I don't know him, but he was a great man, and I'm glad that we all in London are doing something for, you know, a little celebration for him. But anyway, I'm glad we're all here. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Gloria from South Africa, Cape Town. I'm a nurse during the time when the nurses took to the streets in South Africa. During the time when Mandela said the nurses, if they don't want to work, anybody can do it. But when the nurses were angry and told him, we do not accept it, he was humble enough to come out and stand on the same platform and say, I apologize to the nurses. The job you are doing is very important. We want you back to look after the people. And I just want to share something very important. For those who were not in Cape Town during the time when Mandela was going to be released, the Table Mountain, it was burning for the whole week before Mandela was released, until the day declared on that Sunday morning when he announced that he's releasing Mandela unconditionally. I was a nurse during the apartheid time in South Africa, but Mandela opened the doors for us, and we are here today. We celebrate his life. We are grateful as the nurses of South Africa, but we were here to take the skills to go and share back at home. Yes, we are going back. Thank you, Mandela.
May Tata Madiba's soul rest in peace. May the Lord shine his face upon him. In Jesus' name, amen. Thank you. Thank you.
I'm a South African living here, and one of the abiding memories I have of Madiba is listening to the trial at Rivonia when he said, I am a black man in a white man's court. And that has always resonated and lived with us. And despite that feeling, 27 years later, he changed for reconciliation, and he spoke to the most horrific white men in this world in order to bring change to South Africa. An icon, a hero, a lesson to all of us, all politicians, whether from Africa or Europe, should take a lead from him in humility and reconciliation. Hamba Gashle Madiba.
Some people say that you should have put those people who did wrongs on trial. What do you think?
Yes, I think as a South African we all feel that, because we all underwent that horrible, horrible time of apartheid. I grew up under apartheid, so I know exactly the unforgiving nature we had towards the white population and the white government. But Madiba rose above that, and that was his redeeming quality. That's what makes him a statesman among statesmen. There will be none like him, and I think that's his approach to the white government of South Africa shows the nature and the caliber of the man. Thank you.
My name is Kolani Khan, the head of the African National Congress in Europe, the leader of the African National Congress London branch. We are here today in front of the South African House in gathering of prayer and reflection of Tata Nelson Mandela. This call has been made by our president in South Africa, president of the African National Congress, president of South Africa, President Jacob Zuma. For South Africans, this day on Sunday of 8 December, a day for Tata Nelson Mandela for prayer and reflection. We have gathered and mobilized all South Africans across the United Kingdom to come here and pray and pay respect to Tata Madiba. We celebrate his life today, and we are very thankful by the number of people who have turned up for this event. We can't be asking for more, because what we are doing today is to facilitate and organize an event. But who has made the event is our great man himself, the great statesman that the world has never seen before, the child of Africa, and reconciliate himself, Tata Nelson Mandela. We are saying everybody, whatever corner that we are coming from this week on, from Monday until Friday, come here in front of South African House. Once British people stood here calling for a campaign to release Nelson Mandela. We are standing here today to say, Hamba kakuhle tata, rest in peace. It was very nice and a privilege to have you as a leader of South Africa, as a leader of Africa, as a leader of the whole world. We're thankful to have you.
So what does Nelson Mandela mean to you?
I will not personalize and say what does it mean to me, because I'm a child who have learned quite lots of things from Tata Nelson Mandela. I remember vividly in 1993, before he became the president of South Africa. In fact, before even we went to the elections, we had a competition in South Africa, from a competition of portraying his face. You have to draw Tata Nelson Mandela, whatever form, fine art, you paint, but you must have a portrait of him. That was a competition done by a shop like here in the United Kingdom. You can compare to Mark & Spencer or Sainsbury, and in South Africa it was OK Jabulani. We did the competition, and luckily I was one of the child who was having the privilege to go and represent my province, Eastern Cape, in Gauteng, in Johannesburg, many will know, where Tata Madiba joined us at the Johannesburg Zoo, where the Gorilla Max was there. It was a privilege to see the man, and the words that he had given us at that time is that he saw the greatest leaders of South Africa coming among us. And come 1994 for elections, I was 10 years old, so I could not vote. And I'm very pleased and I'm proud that President Jacob Zuma, he have signed a bill for South Africans to vote abroad. And it's a great opportunity for South Africa. Once more, when Tata Mandela allowed them an opportunity after the release, and we went to a democratic processes of electing a democratic president, first ever black African president in South Africa, democratically elected. He created an opportunity for South Africans who are currently residing abroad in 1994 to be democratically allowed to resist of voting abroad. Chief, tell that man that thing makes noise.
I think he knows that.
He's doing it deliberately.
I know, it was, isn't it? Yeah. It was. Don't worry. We can edit him out.
So, in 1994, democratic processes were allowed for each and every South African who were currently outside the country to be able to vote for a democratic president in South Africa. And now in 2014, next year, South Africans who are currently residing abroad will be again once more granted this opportunity by a president of South Africa, Jacob Zuma, who have signed the bill for South Africans to vote abroad. That shows the legacy of Tata Madiba still live widely among South Africans abroad. So they will put their eggs to the president of their choice once more.
Who will you be voting for?
Well, your vote is your secret, but my vote is not a secret. I'm a child of the ANC. I will vote for the African National Congress. Thank you.
Hello, thank you very much for everyone to come here. As South Africans, I come from Port Elizabeth. I was one of the students in 1976. During the riots in Port Elizabeth, we really instigated it. We have actually incited for freedom of South Africa. Now Nelson Mandela, Tata Wetu, has done us the honors for reconciliation, even though he spent 27 years in jail, but still, he came out with forgiveness and a man of integrity, and we say, Viva Mandela, Viva ANC, wonke umuntu osemzansi, amandla ngawethu. Thank you.
So what's your name?
My name is Mpumelelo Nkai from Port Elizabeth. Thank you.
And what does Mandela mean to you?
Mandela is a hero, Mandela is a father, Mandela is the man who's actually made us to be in this position we are in now. in England, everywhere in the world. Statesman, international statesman. I thank you.
My name is Tapelo. I've been here for 6 weeks now. I'm from South Africa, Johannesburg. I'm a Soweto born. Yeah, we're paying tribute to a great man, you know, one of the legends. I think everybody would like to call him a legend, but it's how you go and achieve that. And he's shown the world that through forgiveness, we can become unity, we can become one. You know, no one is born to hate another person. You know, hatred and racism is taught. And he showed us how to achieve that. I mean, you look at me, I'm living testament, I'm living proof of what he fought for and what he believed. 30 years old, you know, I've got the opportunity to come to London through work. That would have never happened. In South Africa, I live the life. You know, he's given us plenty of opportunities so we can interact. And South Africa has become unity. It's a tough time for South Africa. It's very emotional. Although everyone says we're expecting it, but I think the shock is still there, and the pain and the hurt. And we'd like to thank everyone out here in the world who's grieving with us, who's mourning with us. And when you're beyond the borders of South Africa, you realize how big Nelson Mandela was. He was a true gentleman. Might have been a heavyweight champion, he was a boxer or a champion in the ring, but he's one of the greatest fighters that has ever lived. And yeah, and I thank you to him, and I thank you to you all for joining with us. And this is how we celebrate his life. We sing, we honor him, we mourn differently, but it's been truly a pleasure, and London has been great, and thank you very much.
What does Nelson Mandela mean to you?
Well, you know, fatherhood, nation, a gentleman, a true testament of a gentleman. Yeah, well, he's one of the greatest sons that's ever lived in the world. I mean, what more can I say? A lot of people have said so many things, and if you combine them, they add up to Mandela. You know, courageous, forgiveness, humble, very wise, educated man, and a true believer. He never shied away from what he believed in, and he's resting now, and he's achieved it. It's upon us to carry on the legacy by just carry on the foundation that is laid for everyone in the world. I mean, you my brothers today, I'm talking to you, I'm having this interview. Had it not been for him, had it not been for other people as well that were involved in the struggle, this would have never had this. So he means a great deal to me. You know, I'm glad and I'm humbled and honored to have lived in his era, and to say and one day to people that I knew who Mandela was. You know, you don't have to have had coffee with him or tea with him, but for the mere fact that you knew he was alive and you lived in his era, is you should be grateful and cherish the moment.
Growing up in Johannesburg in the white suburbs and the white schools in the 1950s, 1960s, and then working in the 1970s, I was not, as a very young person, as a child, aware of Mandela or of the ANC. We didn't know anything, we weren't allowed to read anything, as you all know. Yes. Yes. But slowly I was aware of Mandela as a symbol. I was delighted. I still remember the 2nd of February 1990 at work. We turned on the radio, heard the speech, and my entire department were dancing in the office.